Set in the wilds of West Virginia, Wrong Turn is a 2003 horror film that follows a group of deformed mountain men who systematically hunt and kill a group of friends who become stranded on a back road. Produced by Stan Winston, who also provides all the film's special makeup effects, it didn't exactly light up the box office on its release, but it does have a very vocal fan following, and over the years it spawned 5 direct-to-video sequels, and this year sees a new remake/sequel from a script by the original screenwriter Alan B. McElroy.
What is that?
I'm not exactly excited by the prospect of watching that film. However, this is a film that I did enjoy quite a lot when I was a teenager. So I decided I need to rewatch it. The film starts with a cold open, very much akin to TV dramas of the day like The X-Files or Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which incidentally also starred our leading lady, Eliza Dushku. In this opening, which isn't half bad actually, we get 2 rock climbers that are attacked by the Mountain Men trio. Incidentally, that could be quite a good bluegrass group. And then we smash into the opening titles, which go on for an eternity, and feature all sorts of medical images of deformed children and murky somethings in glass jars. The opening titles couldn't be more 2003. We are then introduced to city boy Dr. Chris, who gets held up for a job interview in a traffic jam, and so ends up taking a back road to try and make a shortcut, but instead smashes into Jessie and her friend's Jeep, completely wrecking both cars. We are then introduced to Jessie's friends, and I can honestly say that the second you meet them, you just do not want to spend a second longer than you absolutely have to with these people. I do not remember any of their names, and frankly, why should I? Come on, I know the deal here. I've watched this story play out many, many times, and a lot better, in films like Deliverance, which one of the characters feels the need to name check, just in case we somehow miss the connection.
Well, I need to remind you of a little movie called Deliverance.
And can I just say that the early 2000s dress sense has not aged well at all. There's a lot of midriffs going on, a lot of girls not wearing a lot, and then we get this character.
Because we blew out our tires, asshole.
I will look.
Okay, you guys go, and I don't know, we'll just stay here, Francine.
And I just want to say that I'm very glad that he's the first one to go. Aside from the ridiculously samey plot and at times hokey digital effects, it does have small glimmers of interesting moments. Director Rob Schmidt's lack of interest in getting good performances from our leads doesn't mean that all is written off. The way he frames the mountain men, I at times really enjoy. He keeps them out of focus for most of the film and gives us moments of real dread, especially when they all leap excitedly into that Jeepers Creepers truck and head off out on the hunt. Also quite like that once the action and kills happen, it sustains it really well and moves location to make sure that we don't get bored. Now that endeavour doesn't entirely work rewatching it at 33 years old, but at 14 worked a treat. Also, Hollywood legend Stan Winston gives each of our mountain men a distinct character, even if they all have every deformity known to medical science. Wrong Turn is a horror franchise that exists for a seemingly very small group of horror heads, and that's perfectly fine with me. And it's one of the reasons why horror is such a big and enjoyable genre to be a fan of, because if you really like something, because each film is really generally quite cheap to make, you tend to get quite a lot of them. If you enjoy Wrong Turn and all of its sequels, let me know why in the comments down below. I'm not saying that I disliked the film. You know, when I was 14, I actually quite enjoyed it, but I don't think it's aged well at all. You know, I'm missing something, obviously. Some things that I think that you should watch instead: The Hills Have Eyes springs to mind, and its rather good 2006 remake. And even this reminded me of an episode of The X-Files, a fantastic episode of The X-Files called Home, which deals with a kind of similar family dynamic. I won't say any more, go and seek out that episode. It's probably the scariest that X-Files ever got. Anyway, until that remake sequel comes along, hopefully at the end of this month, please remember to subscribe to catch each month my review of a Halloween film, leading up to 2021's Halloween Kills. So I'll see you next time. Goodbye!